Hello, friends. Welcome to a special new gameplay today. I am Alex Stadnick, and I am joined by a very special group here. We have Wes LeBlanc, the news hound himself.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm very excited to watch this demo that I've played many times.
Yes, and obviously Wes is a special enough addition as it is, but we are honored today to be joined by Julian Wilton, the creative director over at Massive Monster. Hello, sir.
Woohoo, hello, good to be here.
How are you today?
I'm lovely.
Good. We are so excited to have you because we are playing a little game called Cult of the Lamb that you guys have been developing for a little bit here now, right?
Yeah, that's right. We've probably been working on it maybe, probably coming up to like 3 years now, but yeah, nearly there.
That's exciting. My first question, and one I've been dying to ask you is, if you're unfamiliar with Cult of the Lamb, darker game with animals forming a cult, right? Are y'all okay? Do you need a hug or anything like that?
I mean, honestly, I'll take one if you're offering. But
sure.
yeah, no, we're going good. I think with this game, we just wanted to, explore our darker sides compared to like our previous games. So yeah, and I love some horror, so yeah.
Right.
So let's do it.
Yeah, for sure. Where did because Wes and I have talked about after playing it the inspirations we feel, but like where did the inspiration for this concept come from? Because the visual style is very unique, the combination of the gameplay is very unique, and it meshes very well. But like, where did all that come from?
I think like really a lot of it just came from like iterations, because basically this kind of like 3 different games before this one. Like it was kind of like one about like running a hell, and then there was one where you're on the back of a flying whale and all this stuff. So you're kind of just trying stuff out. But like kind of how we got here was like inspirations from like cartoon shows, because I really like cartoon shows. Like obviously probably get a bit of like Gravity Falls there,
cool.
with their kind of mysteries going on, bit of secrets. They kind of have this like darker side, but not too like occult.
Sure.
And then like some horror movies like Midsummer and stuff like that, where they it's like it's kind of like this messed up cult, but it's very like flowery and beautiful and colorful.
Right.
So yeah, kind of mixing in those elements.
Yeah, we said Happy Tree Friends on the podcast.
Yeah,
that's
quite a one as well, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure. Can you talk about, so maybe for the people who don't know, this is kind of, and forgive me if this is a mischaracterization, but like a roguelike meets almost Animal Crossing, right? Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, I feel like I don't even really know what a roguelike is, so I'm not too sure, but I think like how I describe it is kind of like, it's kind of like a dungeon crawler meets a kind of base builder colony sim. So the kind of way that works is that there's this big dangerous world out there, and you kind of go out and you kind of find followers, you bring them back to your base, and then you kind of have to like look after their needs and kind of keep them happy and stuff like that. But while they're doing that, they'll kind of like pray at a shrine to you that kind of makes you stronger and kind of unlocks new stuff. And yeah, you're just kind of getting stronger through kind of getting these followers and having a little cult.
just a little cult. Yeah. Keeping it casual, of course. I feel like this merging of gameplay is really impressive in the 20 minutes that we've gotten to play. But I feel like some games don't either, like they go one direction or the other, but y'all have chosen to blend these disparate elements here. Like, what were the challenges with that? I can't imagine that was super easy.
Yeah, I mean, it was it was a bit difficult, to be honest. Like, it was like, the biggest problem was just trying to like actually kind of combine the 2 loops and kind of make it motivating to like keep you going into the next half of the game. So I think that was definitely the hardest, and we kind of tried a lot of things with that, and kind of even the idea of like running a cult, like how do you even apply that to this loop? Which was a lot of effort, and like I think it certainly like recently started to come together, all the elements kind of working together in all the systems. So yeah, it's a bit difficult, but I think we kind of looked at a few games as kind of reference that kind of do a bit similar thing. Games like Slime Ranchers and like Moonlighter and stuff like that, where they kind of have this bit more of a base or bit more of a two sides of a loop kind of going on. So using those as reference a bit.
Cool.
Was it always going to be like? Was it always cute? I mean, obviously it's dark and horrific in some ways, but like you're playing as a very cute lamb who's just mutilating a bunch of people and finding cult followers.
Yeah, I mean, I can't help myself, honestly. Like, because I don't know, one of our previous games, the Adventure Pals are very cute, very like random, very kind of like adventure timey. But a lot of people thought like, oh, it's a bit of a kid's game or something. So, this time I was like, nah, we're making it darker. We're adding those dark elements. And it is just like, it kind of makes the cute stuff kind of stand out a bit more as well if the kind of like the rest of the world is a bit darker. But yeah, I can't help myself. I just love a cute little face.
Yeah. Was there, well, and I think it lends it to, I don't know, it's maybe not, I don't know if this is the best comparison, but it's like something like Ori, right? Where it's like, this is cute and adorable, but also like this world will beat you down and is dark. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Was there anything, obviously y'all are striking a certain tone here. Was there anything that you couldn't include, or you guys looked around the writer's table and was like, this is maybe a little too much?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it does happen a lot. Like we'll kind of have some like more wacky ideas and we're like, I should probably tone it down. Like we do kind of get away with quite a bit because there is like kind of locations in the world that you'll find as well, and then kind of through those and through the characters we can kind of be a bit more silly and stuff. But there is definitely like a few kind of wacky things still in there. Like there's kind of like a follower will kind of give you a quest to like play a prank on another follower, and you kind of like feed him a meal made of poop. So there's it's kind of a balance between trying to get in some of those more wacky ideas, but trying to keep the tone right a bit still.
Right, for sure. Now, I think a lot of people are going to be drawn into, like we talked about the two halves of this game, right? What can people who do like Animal Crossing and these builder games, like what can they look forward to here? What are y'all doing a little different that people can look forward to?
Yeah, so I guess I think it's the kind of the followers are kind of really the kind of the heart of the game, and we kind of through them you'll kind of you'll have your favorites, you'll have some guys you hate, they're really annoying, and you can kind of you can kind of marry some of them, you can do little rituals, you can sacrifice someone if they're kind of annoying you. So it's kind of I think it's all about those like interactions you have with the followers and kind of building up that connection. And then, yeah, just kind of also kind of giving a nice, hopefully gentle, but also challenging kind of dungeon crawling experience. So it is been something, it's also a tricky balance just in that audience where it's like we are hitting kind of two different ones where it is like some people that may be a bit more casual that might lean more into the base, and then some people that are a bit more dungeon focused that don't usually play Animal Crossing or something. Sure. Yeah, we definitely want to keep both people happy. So yeah, hopefully there's a bit of something for everyone.
Yeah, most definitely. And Wes, sorry, I'm dominating. So if you want to jump in, okay.
Yeah. So speaking to the combat, so we only got to play like 20 minutes of the demo, and I got a sword and an axe and a couple other things. Like how deep are we going in the combat? Here you can see we've got a very Covenant looking energy sword type of thing.
Yeah.
And then like a little flame ball. How much more can people expect to kind of vary up their runs, since each weapon is random, right?
Yeah, well the way it works is kind of like you kind of do daily sermons and stuff like that, and when you do that you can kind of build up a bit of devotion, and through that devotion you unlock new kind of weapons and curses and stuff like that. And the way that's all done is kind of like you'll unlock some new ice weapons, for example, and that'll kind of be added to the random pool. So you're kind of like building up this collection. And then kind of as you play through the layers, you'll kind of get stronger ones. So you're kind of like inclined to like constantly be kind of swapping up your weapon choices because they're a bit stronger. And then kind of we also have some tarot cards that are kind of in the rooms. I don't think we've been to one yet, but they kind of add a bit more variation as well, kind of on the run. So there might be ones where you do a bit more curse damage or something like that. Drop some hearts. And then we also have another system with like the fleece of the lamb, so you can kind of change up your run quite a bit through that. So like there's one where you kind of do double damage, but you only get one heart or something like that. So they kind of add a bit more like challenge to or a bit more challenge, or they can also work in your favor as well if you kind of get a good combination of like tarot cards and like weapons and stuff like that.
Cool.
And so does anything transfer over between runs, or is it you kind of start at a base level and then you build up the pool that you can randomly get things from?
Yeah, that's basically it. There is yeah, I think we've like tried a lot of those things where you kind of get a bit of a fit out before, but it hadn't worked super well. But you can also do a couple of other things. So you can build like a little demon summoning circle thing at your base, and that'll turn your followers into these like little demons that'll like help you in the dungeon, so they can kind of like shoot bullets and kind of they'll want to like drop hearts off for you and stuff like that. So I think that's the main connection at the moment between like dungeon and base with combat stuff.
Ooh, cool. Okay. Cool. We've been cruising along, right? You're not going to be able to hear the music super well right now, but I'd be remiss if we didn't bring up the score behind this. And it's funny because I remember watching the trailer when y'all revealed it. I think it was at Summer Games Fest last year, right?
Was it Gamescom? Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, it was Gamescom. Excuse me. Yes. Excuse me.
Jeff Keighley was there somewhere.
Yeah, Jeff was around.
He's always there.
Yeah, but then I remembered, like, so we were live streaming it and I was like, oh, this looks really cool. But then I went and watched the trailer and the score was something that was really was interesting to me. So I looked up River Boy, aka
nice.
Is it Nariana?
Ryan. Yeah.
Okay. And he's great, and this score is fantastic. It's the lo-fi beats to murder to.
It's so good.
Yeah. How has that process been? Like, you can talk about like inspiration, like his collaboration and that kind of stuff. Like, because the music's been great so far.
Yeah, of course. Like, I actually I used to actually go to like his gigs when he was doing music under like Willow Beats, which is also
really?
like they're amazing.
Yeah.
And I kind of followed him on Twitter or whatever, and he like hit me up and he's like, oh, do you make games? And so we kind of started collabing on something. We collabed on a small mobile game, and it went really well. So then we got him on this. But it's been really good having that kind of like unique kind of position where he's from the kind of more commercial music world and is coming into games, so he's kind of bringing across some of those like some of those ideas that people do in commercial music. Mm-hmm. So it's just like honestly, everything he makes, I'm like bang, good to go. Like,
for sure. Because you can definitely hear, like, listening to his music on like Spotify, you can definitely hear the influence in this game. But so like, what did y'all do on your side to kind of tune it, right? Or like, was the inspiration for that like you guys adding like the sounds of hell, like vocally and like that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think we kind of just tried out a bunch of stuff and kind of tried to figure out the kind of motifs of it. We tried out a bunch of ideas. I'm trying to think. I think I sent him like a kind of Spotify playlist of like all the kind of music I'd be interested in. I'm kind of like quite abstract, like a lot of weird kind of stuff, and I think he was kind of taking that and trying to apply something to it. I think I know he looked at like Bind of Isaac music as well, and cool. Quite a few other games, just to kind of get some point of context of like how do you even make game music, whatever.
I did want to hit on before we let you go, boss battles, right? We just saw like the first one. Are they going to be, is that how every run is going to end, is meeting a creature like that can be turned into a follower?
Yeah, that's how it works. So you're kind of, it is a bit kind of like linear at the moment with, you kind of go in a dungeon, there's kind of like 3 mini bosses, and you kind of fight each one of those. Each time you kill them, get a little follower. And then once you've done 3 of them, you kind of verse the cult leaders. So they're kind of like in the background there. So there's like the tennis ball head looking dude, there's like a frog, and then jellyfish and stuff. So you'll kind of go through and battle those. So it's kind of, the idea is like, if you do die in them, you can kind of rebattle it and kind of go back in, and kind of as you're getting stronger, you're kind of hopefully, can overcome them if you're having a bit more trouble with it. Or sure. You might just get better loadout, or kind of just get better at the game. And then after that, I think there's another mini boss. So there's probably like 4, 8, 12, 16, there's probably like 20 bosses or something in the games, quite a lot.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
For sure. Cool. Wes, do you have any more questions?
No, I mean, other than like, I just want to play this now. Can you just send me the full game?
Yeah, I'll be in the DMs.
Yeah. Perfect. What y'all have been developing this 3 years, and I don't know if you know this, but the world has been looking similar to Cult of the Lamb, actually, if I'm not mistaken. What's been the toughest challenges for you and the team, and then what are you most proud of?
Yeah, well, it is kind of interesting because like the other directors in the company, we've always kind of worked remotely anyway, so we've never even worked in person. So kind of changing it up to that didn't impact things like hugely. I think the main difficulty was the kind of like concepting stage and kind of iterating on it and trying to figure out like how to actually turn it into something when you can't just like, be in a room and I don't know, draw on a whiteboard or something like that.
For sure.
Kind of really suss it out like that. But we've also kind of grown the team in Melbourne a bit, so we have some great people working with us in Australia. So yeah, and I think that's probably one part I'm really proud of is just like the kind of team we have at the moment. Everyone's kind of like, just killing it, and kind of have really got behind the kind of vision and kind of tone for the game.
Cool. Well, Julian, I can't thank you enough for joining us here. I hope you had fun talking about the game. Yeah, and I know if you've listened to me on the podcast, you know that this is one of my most anticipated games, and I'm happy to say that my time with the demo has left me wanting a lot more. So I'm excited about that. Wes, where can people play this game?
So people can play this on pretty much everywhere: PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox One, and Switch. And let me know if I'm missing anything, Julian.
No, yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's coming out 2022.
Yep. Still targeting 2022, correct?
That's it.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you again, sir. Viewers, thank you so much for watching. If you're excited about Cult of the Lamb like we are, be sure to listen to this week's GI show because Wes and I do a breakdown of our time playing the game. And if you like preview videos of some of the biggest and best coming in 2022, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.